I think the most important thing for me is to know if I were to be gone tomorrow, I would hope that, the fact that I would put my heart behind something, and that's people and their well-being, that's all I would love to be remembered for.
I want to start with the very obvious question of what is Wondermind?
Wondermind is the world's first mental fitness ecosystem where you're able to get online and discover where your journey is. It's an ecosystem that has different pillars of different parts of somewhat of what a person would go through on their journey of trying to understand their mental health.
Right.
I also feel like it's a daily, like almost a reminder to check in, and you can feel however you want to feel that day. And it's kind of how Wondermind started, was just a conversation between my mom and I. And I loved that we were able to talk to each other about our own mental health issues.
It's so important for you to understand who you are, especially if the next step or what you're feeling is to actually go see a physician.
It's described as a mental fitness ecosystem. So it really sounds like you're being deliberate in how you're positioning a company like this. How do you see Wondermind sitting next to so many other services that are focused on mental health?
Well, technically we're not a service. So the ecosystem component is basically, we have different pillars such as film and TV, editorial. What makes us different is we go from the outside in. So we are really setting up what our company is by what the consumer needs, instead of us giving them what we think they need. There is this loneliness epidemic, and we collectively had trauma together with COVID, and there's even generations that know nothing but quarantine. So like when people, they mention, all the new talk therapy, it's always been there. We just have more access to it. We need to find like that collective answer since we had the collective drama. So I feel like all companies that are exploring the mental health space need to work together.
Yeah. As you mentioned, the U.S. Surgeon General issued a report called Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation. In 2023, there was record high suicide rates. And so this is a huge problem. And he was citing there's this loss of connection and community that really was facilitated by the pandemic. There's so many amazing companies like Wondermind that are looking at this problem, but knowing how big it is, how should we be thinking about this at scale?
I think in that study I read where there was 3 reasons why people didn't do therapy. They didn't think it worked, they didn't have time, and they didn't have their insurance.
Yeah, yes.
Not one company is going to have the solution, and we hope to spearhead a community and a society that is going to embrace what that means to democratize and to be able to give some of we'll do worksheets on ours, and then another company that actually has doctors that you can talk to, and kind of really figuring out that system. So there is time. It's just getting people to trust what we're providing.
Right. And Selena, I know you've imbued addressing mental health in so many of your companies. I mean, this has been a huge platform for you. So adding Wondermind to that mix, what is your vision for addressing mental health at scale?
My hope is to genuinely be an avenue, be a safe space, an informed, trustworthy place that people can lean on. And we're not in competition within anyone. We just want to be a part of a mission that we so wholeheartedly believe in. I truly think it's one of the most important subjects. I think it's just as important as if you broke a leg, you go see someone for that. It's hard, but I want to find a way to make it that it's easy, and I'll do anything I can to see that happen. That would be a dream of mine. So, but until then, we'll just keep going and doing our thing.